Hello everyone, thanks so much for being here and joining me. Yep, I realized I was muted as soon as I turned down to look at my microphone. But we're good now. Thanks so much for letting me know, Luna. I'm a huge Crustle enjoyer myself as well. Little Frizz, I definitely am enjoying these sort of like create unwinnable positions for your opponent within the board, right? Which Pidgeot Control allows, Snorlax used to allow, that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be playing with Crustle in the second part of the video, or in the live stream, sorry. Right now we are going to be playing with Tera Box, however. This version of Tera Box that doesn't have anything really unique about it. We have, of course, Wellspring Ogerpon, which is the main attraction of the deck, with a torrential pump attack being able to deal 100 and 120 damage to the bench if you return 3 energy attached to Wellspring Ogerpon. You can bypass that a little bit with the Sparkling Crystal. As the ace spec, you remove a cost from one of your Tera Pokemon, and your attack now only costs 2 energy. And before someone goes down to the comments and tells me that you still need to shuffle 3, no you don't. Well, if you have 3, you shuffle 3, but if you have 2, you can still use the attack and get the effect. Don't argue with that, because I feel like every content creator that does a video on Tera Box, there's someone in the comments asking or arguing about that. That's how it works, all right? So we're using that combo. We also have the grass type attacking potential of Teal Mask Ogerpon, as well as energy acceleration to combine with energy switch to go along with the Crispins, which are the core of the deck. And then we have Iron Leaves as another attacker, as well as an option to get out of a retreat lock if we encounter that. We have Pikachu EX as a powerful attacker. Topaz Bolt, 300 damage. That's a lot of damage for sure. You discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. Perfectly fine, thanks to Crispin, thanks to the Sparkling Crystal. You can do this with 2 energy as well. You could do it out of the blue with like attach for turn, Sparkling Crystal, energy switch off of Ogerpon, and still get to Judge or Lily or Briar or whatnot. So very powerful combo there, and supposedly it will be even stronger when we get the new tool that allows Pikachu X to deal 50 extra damage, getting all the way up to 350, and being able to now deal with things like Charizard or things like Dragapult, which is obviously very, very good. Now we do have Terrapagos as well as a powerful standalone attacker. It does have access to the Crown Opal attack. We do have the potential energy available for that. So if we're up against someone like Rainier Bolt and we can create this a single Terrapagos board somehow, that would be pretty powerful. Probably not going to happen, but it is possible. But it's just like a powerful attacker with Unified Beatdown up to 240 damage. Quick and easy, straightforward damage that can one-KO pretty much every basic EX Pokemon at this point in time, except for something like Blood Moons or Luna, which is also here in the deck. You do start to run out of resources towards the late game. You've used your Noctowls, you're down a few energies, so Blood Moons Luna as a closer is very, very good. Then we have Little Clefairy to cover the Psychic type weakness that we give Dragon type Pokemon, especially Dragapult, of course. We have Mew EX as well as a potential attacker, thanks to Crispin, thanks to Energy Switch, even Fezandipity, which of course these two combine really well to recover from Hand Disruption. Both can be very powerful attackers, especially an early Cruel Arrow is super, super powerful against decks like Gardevoir, and especially against decks like Dragapult. And then we have Latias to round out the deck, free retreat, and we have the Fan Rotom, Noctowl Engine, Fankel, giving us our Hoot and Noctowl pieces, and Noctowl with the Jewel Seeker can find anything we potentially need. So only have the Glass Trumpet for a little bit of extra energy acceleration, can accelerate to Blood Moons Luna, can accelerate to the Terrapagos, and then transfer the energy as well off of those. So we'll have to see how the deck ends up working. A lot of consistency with 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, and the copy of Buddy Buddy Puffin. So 11 turn 1 outs to the Fan Rotom, which is pretty cool. So let's jump in the ladder, play some games, and see how we do. Hola Florencia, Jotoni and Jamie, Mew for Cornerstone. Yeah, I mean Terrapagos works better as a Cornerstone counter, but sure, Mew can also bypass Cornerstone. And we have a bot that I need to remove from a Twitch. Ban. There we go. All right, that person has been banned. Wishcash Enthusiast, thanks so much for the follow. Shout out Wishcash. It is a very cool Pokemon. Doesn't get the love it deserves, I think. And yeah, Cornerstone, of course, is something to account for in this metagame. There is a splurge of it. It's probably not very good positioned right now, but it's always something to keep in mind, especially for local tournaments, League Cups, League Challenges. There's always that guy, right, that has the counter or the annoying card. So good to have that available. So yeah, our opponent will go first. We will start the Pikachu, that's fine. We also have a couple Nest Balls to get potential Teal Mask, definitely getting the Fanrotom. We could potentially, and there's a universe where we can find Latias and the Ditto and then go into a Sub-Lock of sorts. We are up against Mega Venusaur, which has a lot of HP. So I think the early Wellspring is going to be very, very important here to grab. Probably combined with a boss's orders to try to take down Bulbasaur and Chikorita before they get to evolve. That's going to be pretty key, I would say, in this situation. All right. There we have the Teal Dance. Nothing too fancy for now. And it's our turn. We top deck another energy. I mean, it's always great to attach energies, but it's not so great to have to dedicate, like to lose Crispin targets, right? So we do have the Sparkling Crystal available that will allow me to go for the combination of Boss plus Wellspring to make sure I target the right Pokemon, because of course Wellspring doesn't help me in attacking the attacking the Teal Mask with Wellspring is not very good. So I already have the Noctowl, so I'm gonna grab the Ditto off of this Fanrotom. That will transform into the Wellspring after I Nest Ball for the Latias here. We're gonna bench everyone, and I do leave myself pretty bare bones overall in the hand, but I do have a Noctowl, and if I get Ionode, then I do have access to multiple other Noctowls. I have multiple Ultra Balls as well to hopefully find what I need. Now, I didn't check the energies. I didn't price check the energies. So I want to say, like, we should definitely be attaching the least useful energy, right? In case we need to use Pikachu at some point, whatnot. So I think attaching the Psychic, there's no need for Clefairy here, probably. Maybe as a late game, powerful damage burst. But early on, we don't need the Psychic whatsoever. So keeping the others available in hand. Noctowl can directly search for Boss plus Sparkling Crystal. I have an Ultra Ball for a follow-up Noctowl. So I need my opponent to not, like, have a very explosive turn with Forest of Vitality and getting into one of the stage 2. That's like, but I need my opponent to not be able to do this turn. If they don't, I have a pretty menacing board, but if they do, I'm gonna be in trouble. That's for sure. We just see the Bayleaf. That's very, very good. I don't remember if the Ivysaur... Oh, I was about to say, I don't remember if the Ivysaur has 110 HP. If it does, that's actually pretty bad. And it actually does have 110 HP. So that is bad news, because now my Torrential Pump doesn't KO. Doesn't get 2 prizes. Now I only get 1 prize off of it. But now it's probably not even worth using my Sparkling Crystal and the boss. I mean, the boss could leave something stranded in the active, I guess. With a 3 retreat cost as well, or with a 2 retreat cost. I think it's better, well, if they have the Mega Venusaur, then they just transfer the energy. This is not super great. Dang, they had both, and I don't have a Vitality Band. I was so used to a Vitality Band when playing Tera Bolt. That, I mean, it would be nice to have, but it's definitely not essential here. Okay, so so what's the plan now? I think the plan might end up being just attack the teal mask and damage the Ivysaur. Because like obviously Meganium is a powerful Pokemon, but Mega Venusaur is just a tough cookie to take down, if you will, right? So we have to account for that. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the Crispin. I do have an Ultra Wall. What attacker do I have? Nothing that's good. I think I'm just gonna have to grab another Ultra Wall, honestly. Could have been the Night Stretcher to just get the Wellspring back. Maybe that was better, actually. But anyways, we're gonna Crispin. Gonna grab these two. And sure, we will attach the water. Okay, so not committing the Sparkling Crystal just yet. Go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and shuffle back the metal. Just in case I need to Crispin into a Pikachu or something. And then my target is definitely the Ivysaur. I think that's a much stronger threat. Yeah, totally. I could have gone Pikachu KO the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Definitely could have done that. That doesn't threaten like my opponent's board. Like I think I'm okay if my opponent knocks me out with Teal Mask and they have a weak board, as opposed to me knocking out the Teal Mask and then they go Mega Venusaur, Meganium, bench another Teal Mask, and I have to deal with a huge Mega Venusaur. So overall, I think this leads to a smoother late game, especially because they have no support. They haven't played supporters, but we haven't seen them with any sort of like if they don't have supporters, they must have potentially energy and potentially their evolutions as well. So that's why I was we could have knocked out the Teal Mask for sure. I feel like this is stronger, especially if they don't evolve the Bayleaf. I could now go into the next Wellspring. They do evolve the Meganium, that's fine. I could still get a 3-price turn if they bench the Chikorita. If I get back the Wellspring, if they bench a Bulbasaur, we can still get a 3-price turn. So overall, we still come out on top. Now that they evolved into Meganium, it's a little bit worse, but I mean, dealing 100 damage to a Teal Mask and leaving them with basically nothing, I think is a pretty powerful spot to be in. Now we will see the Nest Ball. Does that grab a Bulbasaur or does that grab the Fez? Okay, so they're going to have a pretty strong next turn, that's for sure. See another bug catching set. What does that find them? I'm actually rooting for them to find a Bulbasaur, but not if they can immediately evolve by playing the Forest of Vitality, which maybe they will smartly hold on to that. Now, so here's another option. Now that they bench the Fez, what we can do is, if at any point they bench something that cannot evolve immediately, or they leave like a basic, I could go KO Fez, KO that other thing, right? So we'll see. We'll see how this next turn plays out. We have a huge hand, so if there was a way for me to knock them out and judge them, that would be pretty good. But they do have Fez, so maybe that's not as strong here. Alright, simple 2-for-1 for them. Now we're going to take the next KO, and it's going to be up to them to respond to that. So I do have, like, I could go Judge. With Terrapagos and Sparkling Crystal, I could go Judge KO without committing too much to the board. This will be a costly Ultra Ball though. This is where I'm kind of regretting not grabbing Night Stretcher and grabbing Ultra Ball instead. So pricing 2 Nest Balls is also really bad. I mean, I can still find the Stretcher right now. I think I'm gonna give up on an energy. I'm gonna give up on the Vessel, and I'm gonna grab Stretcher plus. It has to be Stretcher plus Sparkling Crystal, right? And then I am left with pretty much nothing. But I can't pull this off with Hey, Smoke. All good. Breaking my head here with this deck. Just they have such a huge hand. They're gonna be able to respond. I will have an Ultra Wall for potentially Fez or whatnot, but not ideal. Ugh. Alright. It has to be Noctowl. Hopefully we get some help off the prices now with a Nest Ball this time around. I think that's what I have to play towards. So let's go ahead and grab Stretcher. Let's grab the Sparkling Crystal. And that sub ends up mattering a decent bit, right? Decent bit. Oh, let's just power up these two. They're going back into the deck, so it doesn't really matter overall. Using up the Sparkling Crystal. I mean, we'll have to see how my opponent responds to this, right? Best case scenario, they don't. Which I still wouldn't have much in terms of our response, right? But that's fine. So we get the knockout, 2 more prizes, we knock out Fez. That's great. Hopefully we get a Nest Ball to help us. Breaking the limits of my potential, exactly. The Rare Candy Show, hey, what's my favorite deck? Like ever or right now? Because ever is Nidoqueen Pidgeot. Right now, honestly, I hate all of them. I don't like any of them. Alright, they promote Meganium. That's not a great sign for them. Overall. Especially if I can like sub. If I can sub the Meganium a couple turns, we're pretty golden, right? I did get a Nest Ball of the prize cards and the Noctowl, I think. Yeah, the Noctowl. So pretty good. There we see the Bulbasaur. I mean, I could maybe threaten to win next turn if I had a good hand, but clearly I don't. There's the Forest of Vitality, so definitely a scary spot. Scary spot to be in. I'm thinking back on the Pikachu EX knockout. Wondering if that was the way to go about things. Playing with Noctowl is so complicated. You tried with Travelos last year and it wasn't for you. A lot of matches you lost because you evolved with no Tera on bench. Yeah, I think I did that in one of the streams not too long ago. Something we've all done, but like that shouldn't be an excuse to not play the deck, you know? Like that's something that, like, that's a misplay that could happen to anyone. So you just need to make sure you are careful all the time, right? Okay, so we see the Toadscroll. Regigiga's a little threatening, not the biggest of deals. I think Sob is going to be very key here to our potential win. The Max Rod, geez, that's going to recover solid chunk. Probably the Ivysaur, Ogerpon, and then 3 energies, I would imagine, right? Nothing else makes sense. And then if they can get to the Mega Venusaur, they can. I mean, they can attack me. I don't think they will have enough. They shouldn't have enough firepower unless they have like an Herballoon. They shouldn't have enough firepower to power up the Regigigas and knock me out. If they do, that would be very problematic, of course. Although, well, no, I'm at 3 prizes, so never mind. I was thinking I could go boss, KO, the Ogerpon and win that way, but that's not going to be the case because I am down to 3 prizes, not 2. There's no way for me to knock out the Mega Venusaur in 1 hit. That's another problem. Okay, so I think at best they can do 140. They do get to a Mega Venusaur. I mean, they have a huge hand, so it is to be expected. I don't know if we're gonna be able to win this game. And by I don't know, the answer is I don't think so. If we had a Vitality Band in the deck, we probably would have won. We would have knocked out 2 prizes on turn 1 instead of just 1. And the price mapping would probably be quite a bit different. Okay, have they not played a supporter? They have not. Okay, they find boss. They've taken so long this turn. Taking so long. So if they retreat the Meganium to save it, they don't attack this turn. Seems like that's what they're going to do. If they... So who do they go into? Probably has to be the Teal Mask, I want to say. It's just I don't have a good thing to do next turn. My hand sucks. Sucks. And now that there's a Meganium powered up, like I need a good top deck here. And I don't even like Crispin would be a good top deck, I guess. Stadium would probably be even better. I mean, I'll take the Iono, I guess. That means 4 new top decks. Judge, not a very useful energy. A boss would have been super good. Like boss Toadscruel would have been insane. Which I could still top deck, right? They get with a nice treasure and energy. Okay, so they do pass. Oh, let's go. Thank you, PTCG Live devs. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I mean, I have to go for it, right? Bring up the Toadscruel, attach energy, sub, sets up game for next turn. The question is, can I pull it off? Like, can they get out of it, right? They need Turo. Or a switch, or a jet energy. Any of those 3 cards gets them out of this conundrum. Otherwise, they have to hope. But I don't have another energy, which we can all clearly see that I do. My opponent doesn't, but we can. Okay, that's definitely pretty good. I mean, and that was thanks to the Iono, right? It seems like if my opponent hadn't Iono'd, I would have had to judge, which wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great either. Probably would have also retreated into the Fan Rotom at that point in time. Oh no! The Mushroom Drain heals. Oh, never mind. Okay, we haven't won yet. Mushroom Drain. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, it's probably fine if they do. Like, I'll go down to 1 prize card, right? And then it just comes down to having the bear off of my judge. So it's still pretty good. I wonder if they'll remember the Mushroom Drain attack. No way. You're joking. Alright, never mind. Oh. Okay. So they pick up the Fez. I like that, I guess. Damn, they had the Turo. So instead of going Turo, the active KO with Mega Venusaur and probably win the game, they're choosing to do this, I guess. Okay, so this is a 3-hit KO, right? This forces some of their energy to stick around. So it'd still be fine, I guess. I not Turoing the active and just going like Turo, bring up the Mega Venusaur, KO. I don't think that makes much sense, but I mean, to each their own. Okay. Well, let's bench the Hoot Hoot. Decent judge for us. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I sob again. That gives him another turn of attachments. Ugh. Just I can't really, I don't have a good hand. So I'm going to sub for one more turn. That gives me an extra attachment on the Pikachu. So now what I'm thinking is sub one more turn, attach to Pikachu, and then I go Torrential Pump and attack the Mega Venusaur, which heals 30, but it will have 120 damage on it. So then maybe I can win with Pikachu, but it's probably not. I mean, I need balls. I need so much. I would need like a Tera, a Teal Mask, Energy Switch. I need so much, and my hands just keep being really bad. I don't think I'll be able to win. Like what my opponent did was give me more chances to get into the game, as opposed to outright win the game right there. So very poor decision, I think, from my opponent, but like I said, to each their own. Toadscroll is still trapped. They're just gonna do 80 again, of course. That heal 30 is so annoying. And I mean, them having two rows is so annoying. That's what's the most annoying thing out of all of this. Alright, they go for Lily. Like, I mean, I need a good top deck, right? Last time it worked. So last time I needed boss to give me time, we found it. Now I need, what do I need? I need Noctowl. I need raw Noctowl off of my top deck. I probably need more than that, but I mean, that would be a start, right? Raw Noctowl. You know what? I would take a Mew. I think I would take a Mew. Okay. Oh, my opponent's taking so long. Look at the clock. 6 minutes versus 11 minutes. Like they're taking so long to draw one card, click on the ability, move an energy. Okay, so every time I play against Mega Venusaur, I feel like I have a very hard time, no matter what deck I'm playing. So I'm wondering if there's not more there. All right, I'll discard the Noctowl, so now I have access to Noctowl through Night Stretcher, which I am down one, but I have another one, so that's more Noctowl outs, which is great. Yeah, so my biggest problem is that I'm gonna attack with Ogerpon and I'm not taking a knockout. That's the biggest problem. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the Mega Venusaur for 120 and my win condition is gonna be Boss Blood Moon, right? That's gonna be my win condition. That's not a win condition. Unfortunate. All right. Well, it comes down to my top deck, as I mentioned. I mean, so do I even want to shuffle? Well, I need to. Never mind. I was going to say, do I even want to shuffle? And the answer is I need to, because otherwise I won't deal the damage to the Mega Venusaur and I won't set up for a potential game. So, very bad spot. We need an amazing top deck, and I am definitely not known for my amazing top deck, so not counting on it, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. Of course, they're gonna take forever to do. Oh, come on. All right, well, they don't even bother moving the energy. They just have the Tura at the right time. They just have the Wally at the right time. When I have direct search with the Noctowl, I can't find anything. They don't have direct search, and they just have everything every single time. Unreal. Unreal. Absolutely ridiculous. What can you expect? That's the table 1 lock factor. You don't have anything when you have all the outs. Your opponent has everything when they're not searching for anything. They just have the raw cards they need in their hand every single time. That's how the game works for me. That's my Pokemon career. Alright, let's start with the Mew, give ourselves some versatility. Now an Ultra Ball to grab us our Fan Rotom, our opponent mulligans as well. Dark and Fire plus the Dawn makes me think of Terra Charizard with Monkey Dory somewhere in there. For sure. That's what I'm thinking of. Alright. Yeah, I mean, we confirmed Charmander. We don't have a stadium. I decided to go second, which was probably dumb. I'm playing an automatic pilot for sure. Off of that, I should have chosen first, not second. All right, is this some sort of Mega Kangaskhan Charizard concoction? All right, so Iron Leaves could be important, but I don't mind having it in the discard pile, honestly. Along with the Psychic, that gives me access to that guy off of Night Stretcher. So let's grab our Fan Rotom. Okay. Let's grab our pieces. Now, do I go for the Ditto? Definitely one of each of these. Price the Hoot Hoot. I have a Pikachu as an answer to the Mega Kangaskhan, which is pretty nice. I like the Ditto to go for the Teal Mask. I think that's gonna be potentially crucial. Mostly Pikachu is also an important threat to have at this point in time. So like between Teal Mask and Pikachu, I threaten both of these dudes. And we're gonna go ahead and find ourselves 2 Grass Energy. So I'm guaranteed 2 energy for draw next turn, or 2 extra cards next turn for draw. I get to attach an energy to the Pikachu. Hey Saki, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? And Enter Mystic, thanks so much for the follow as well. Alright, I top the Gladius off of the Field Dance, which is pretty solid. And we're gonna split our energies and call it a day. So now I have double threat established. If my opponent goes Candy Charizard, KO Mew, so be it. We KO them back. And that should leave them with very little in their hand as well. If they only attack for 180, that's fantastic. They could go attach, retreat, Candy Charizard, power up the Kangaskhan, flip heads, put us in a weird spot, but I can still get 3 prizes back, right? For a 2-for-3 price trade-off, which then my opponent could put me in a bit of trouble, but no bosses orders, just a Crispin. Onto whom? The Kangaskhan, maybe? The Dark to hand. Fire to the bench. The active, alright. Psychic to the bench Kangaskhan, so... Alright, we see the retreat. We're not gonna be attacking. We are protecting the Charizard. And letting me go in with the Pikachu knockout. So it's 3-for-0 price trade-off, which I'm pretty okay with. I could, however, go boss KO the Charmander with the Ogre Pawn. That I could do. So let's draw 1 first. Water Energy. Either option requires Noctowl. So I'm thinking like, if I go KO the Kangaskhan and they have Countercatcher KO Teal Mask, I'm in a very, not a very bad spot, but I'm not in a great spot. So, with that in mind, I mean, maybe I'm playing a little too careful, but like if I lose this guy with 2 energies, that's pretty bad. Whereas if I lose, okay, I think this is the plan. Nest Ball into Fez plus the Sparkling Crystal. So this allows me to establish Fez, and now I have Mew and Fez. I get to knock out the Charmeleon as well. And I even have a leftover energy. Oh, is this not enough? It's not enough. Never mind. I don't have a leftover energy. I need the energy anyways to cover the attack cost. So that's a big investment. Now I'm maybe not a huge fan of that play. Maybe just Vessel was better. Yeah, Vessel. Well, I'm down my Vessel. Never mind. Okay. It is what it is. We knock out the Charmeleon, and then we are 1 Crispin away from knocking out the Mega Kangaskhan. But it's like, if I trade... If they flip heads, then it's a 2-for-1... 2-for-1 price trade. But if I find Crispin, then it's a 4-for-2 price trade, right? Because they don't have much, and they haven't done much. So, we'll see. And if they flip tails, this is even stronger. If they flip tails, this is even stronger. If they flip heads and I whiff the Crispin, which is very likely, honestly, then we're not in a great spot yet again. But I mean, my hand, I don't think allowed for much more at that point. So, trying to play with the lemons that I am given. Oh, okay. Rapid fire combo. Not even gonna try and bench anything. Okay, they do flip heads. They take the knockout. So we are 1 Crispin away from winning this game. 1 Crispin away from winning this game. That is not a Crispin. All right, Fez. See what we got. That is not a Crispin, however... No, that does not help me. So I'm not winning this turn. Jeez. Any sort of like item lock I can do or something? Ugh, very annoying. Okay. Not ideal. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna Turo the Noctowl. Rebench the Hoot Hoot, and then honestly I think I just go for another Hoot Hoot. And I just push the Pikachu? Is that the play? I'll Night Stretcher for a grass, that way I no longer need Crispin specifically. I mean, I will need Crispin because I'm down my Vessel, so I can't search for the Lightning Energy any other way. But I have a spare attachment elsewhere. And this prevents him from getting a prize card, right? So, a bit of an awkward situation for sure. Whiffing that Crispin. It goes back to a turn 1. Maybe I'm playing those turn 1s just really badly. Okay, so my opponent goes for the run errand, finally draws... Okay, so it's Charizard Dragapult. So... If I had Vessel, I would love to go Vessel Judge off the Noctowl. That would be pretty fantastic. But now that there's a Charizard looming in the near future for me. I mean, they just played Arven, right? So unless they have... Oh my god. Heroes. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Nest for Overrun, Stretcher for Grass, Overrun ability, Switch and GG. No, there's no lightning. Wow, the Heroescape. And this... Okay, so... I don't remember whose list this is. Every Tera Box list should be playing Tool Scrapper. Okay, I don't think I can win anymore. I don't think I can win anymore. We know they have the Dark Energy in their hand. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Man, these games, what the heck? I mean, I made a mistake of choosing to go second, right? I don't know if that makes a big difference. It probably did. Because then I couldn't KO Charmander. I had to deal with a Charmeleon. I had to spend so many resources. They flipped heads. I whiffed Crispin. I didn't have a good setup after. So things just not really working out well so far. Two straight losses with Tera Box. I mean, the loss to Mega Venusaur was insane though. Them having Turo, probably their one copy of Turo at the right time, and them having the Wally, or one copy of Wally at the right time. Alright, on to next match. Yes, you want to go first, Pablo. I'm clicking second out of habit because most decks want to go second, but forget Fan Rotom decks want to go first. Okay. Decent start. We have the Fan Rotom. Don't have energy to attack. Bro. This is what the last 3 years of playing Pokemon has felt for me. Just playing against the current every single game. Out of how many basics does that play? Look at their hand. Like, could they have picked a better starting hand and a better starting Pokemon out of 3 Charmander, 2 Pidgey, 2 Duskull, Fez, Chiyu, Tatsuka. Ridiculous. Not just the Klefki, right? It's like back to back to back games. And so by the third game where everything's going wrong, you start to hate the game. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways. I mean, Sub Klefki isn't bad. I think I'm gonna go, well, if I'm gonna go Sub, then I probably shouldn't be going for Noctowl. Okay. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. We're gonna go Judge Sparkling Crystal into an attempt of a Sob lock. At the Klefki into at the Crispin. That's something. Hopefully the Judge does something. I mean, we're gonna see a Lily immediately. I just know it, but that I think that's my best possible answer to like their super strong setup. No, they're just gonna Arven for the technical machine evolution, no problem. into... I'm surprised he didn't Ultra Ball for Pidgeotto to jump into the Pidgeot immediately. Alright, I mean, it's gonna be the Pidgeotto, right? But like, like I have no follow-up to this. It's so dumb. Okay, well, I mean, the Nest Ball gives me a follow-up, I guess. So ridiculous. Okay. I mean, they had to get something, right? So it's fine. But here's what I'm thinking. Ultra Ball, Mew, Nest Ball, Fez. And then I get 3 new cards. Seems alright. Like, what I need is to find an answer to the incoming Charizard, right? Like, that's definitely what I need to do. Big time. So, if they go KO Fez, my Ogerpon survives. If they go KO Ogerpon, I don't get a new hand, but I get these 2 for next turn. Yes, the Pidgeotto every time. I could knock out the Charmeleon, but then they get Pidgeot, and that's bad for the rest of the game. KOing the Pidgeotto means they don't have. They need to at least it guarantees that they won't have Pidgeot for at least 1 more turn, hopefully more, right? And Crispin and Earthen Vessel is actually pretty good. Like, that's return KO and Charizard with my Teal Mask. So maybe we can do something. Maybe. A big maybe. Don't have high hopes for it, but maybe. Weapon immediately promotes, evolves into Charizard, has a knockout on anything they could possibly want. Do have a pretty good hand. Like, the 2 prizes were amazing, so maybe we can still win this. Artisan means I get an extra Hoot next turn, which I'm very glad about. They get their Pidgey down. Do they have a boss? That is a question. They don't. Okay. That's actually pretty great. So now we're down to 2-2. Pretty cool. They didn't do much either, so that's good news. So the Judge play into Sub, I think, ended up working out decently. Alright, so we're gonna bench a Hoot for sure. Then we're gonna play the Area 0. Then I want to draw one with Restart. Energy Switch, meh. Then I'm gonna go flip the script. Okay, sure. I mean, I could go in with the Iron Leaves. That keeps the Teal Mask in play. I don't hate that. So there's exactly 3 grass. Yeah, I do like... Okay. Let's put the grass in hand. Let's do the Psychic on the Mew. Now let's go Teal Dance. Oh, did I already? No, I did not. I have not attached for turn. Not attached for turn. Okay. Gonna get rid of an energy switch. We're gonna grab 2 more grass energy. We're gonna go ahead and attach for turn to a Teal Mask. And we're gonna go ahead and Iron Leaves, absorb all the energy with Rapid Vernier. I would like to use it. And let's attach this and this and this. And so I have Blood Moon. I think I should just bench it. If my opponent somehow goes... I probably should have not moved the Psychic and just energy switched. If my opponent goes boss the Blood Moon to try and stall, I think that's fine. So we'll just knock out. If they go boss, then I have Noctowl for Latias and boss to maybe win. If they don't, we'll see. Yeah, but I think thinning the Blood Moon is more important. And that sets up a situation where if they want to bench Fez because they need more pieces, then that opens up another win condition as well. So I feel like it's a win-win to play down the Blood Moon. If they bring it up, that means they're not attacking. That means they're not getting closer to winning. So it's a good thing. Now, they could potentially win this turn by going Dusknoir, Briar, Candy Charizard, KO, right? They go Dusknoir, play Briar, use the Dusknoir, KO Noctowl, KO the active. And they get 4 prizes in a single turn. So they do have the potential to win. It needs so much though. Not eat. They need so much. Like we should be safe. Hey Fercho, how are you doing? Dog Piss. I mean, in theory we are safe, but never bet against my luck. Never bet against my luck. All right. Never bet against my luck. If they get Secret Box, they might be able. Yeah, if they're playing Secret Box, they could be. They could do it. And I mean, they have the Fez, they had the Candy Pidgeot. It's not out of the question. Well, if they had Secret Box, it's just finding Charizard and Dusknoir. They would require a lot, right? They would require a lot. Okay, there's the Charizard, Dusknoir, and Briar. Heroescape, okay. They played the Arven. So now we win by knocking out the Fez, right? Dog Fez, yeah, so seems like we're safe. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh. They were 1 card. Oh no, they Arven. Wait. What did they Arven for? Oh, I don't have boss now. What did they Arven for? Did they? Oh, okay. I guess I have boss now. What did they Arven for? Oh, they Arven for the Ultra. Okay, they were 1 card short. That's insane. They were 1 card short off of the win. That is insane. 1 card short. All right, that is crazy. They didn't have it because they ultra-rolled for they were 1 card short. They had Charizard, they didn't have Dusknoir. And like between Quicksort or not, they were 1 card. They had Briar, they had the Candy Charizard, or they had Candy Charizard, or they had Dusknoir. So they couldn't quick search for both cards, but the Fez almost got them there. That is insane. That is actually crazy. All right. All right. Insane. Alrighty, so I don't know, maybe like I don't want to say it's all bad luck. There's always room for improvement, right? So maybe I am not prioritizing enough just getting multiple hoots, and that's why I'm hitting this like road in the block where I just can't do much in the middle of the game. Like if I had double hoot there, I would have been so much more protected. So yeah. Well, never mind. Never mind. Oh my god, my opponent started Klefki again? Bro, what is happening today? What is my luck? Seriously. Yeah, if they keep Fez instead, knocking out the active Charizard would have been a lot more difficult, I guess. Dude, they start Klefki and raw enriching energy in hand versus my draw pass with Hoot. Why? I mean, you got it, bro. You got it. Like, are people playing more than one Klefki in their decks? They're not, right? Like, I'm just that unlucky. It's not like they're going first and I'm going second and they're retreating into the Klefki. That's back-to-back games where they started Klefki. Right? Like, I'm not imagining things. This is ridiculous. Alright. At least we're playing against more competitive decks and not just Alakazam after Alakazam. Yeah, exactly. Like, they didn't even... Oh my god. They didn't even need Klefki because my hand was that bad. And my hand is that bad yet again. 11 outs to Fan Rotom does not matter. And there's a body. Oh my goodness. I can't stand this game sometimes. Okay, well, at least their start isn't as strong either. Okay, I honestly don't want to evolve into a Noctowl here. That feels like a waste. I'm just gonna Lily here. And make my decision off of that. Okay, yeah, I found the Latias. That's pretty nice. I actually could get a KO now if I find one energy off of Iron Leaves. Off of Teal Mask with Iron Leaves is what I meant. Okay, no energy, that's fine. Wait, I can steal? No, I can't. Yeah, no, I can't find energy this turn. Yeah, there's no way for me to pressure at this point in time. We know my opponent's hand is not great, though. They went second. All they did was bench and attack. So... okay, I'm definitely gonna retreat, though. Sure. And next turn we go... I can't get Wellspring. Can't get Wellspring. Okay. Draw, attack. So... what do I draw here? Ditto. I can't KO the freaking active. I'm gonna need to use my crystal. That's so dumb. Alright. I mean, I need to be aggressive, right? Well, I don't need to use crystal. I can Crispin. I'm gonna grab the Puffin for next turn. I mean, alright, so we're gonna Crispin for this, and then I'll get to draw an extra card as well. So the energy here. I'm definitely gonna use Iron Leaves instead. Pretty sure. It's a lot of energy already in play. Yeah. It's just, I don't love using Iron Leaves because then I can't attack next turn, but I'm committed now, so nothing I can do about it. So transfer 1, 2, and 3. Just 3. That's a huge over KO on the body. But, and I mean, this is just very lame, right? Because my start was bad and my opponent's start was worse. So this is just the opposite. My opponent's now on the opposite end of what I was. Of what was happening in the previous game, so we're not actually getting to play Pokemon. We're just, we're just like, okay, well, they bench the Fez, they have Puffin, they Puffin for another body. That's gonna be super annoying. Apparently they did not, so not too bad. No Puffin on for another body. That's great. Oh, okay. Oh, are you actually gonna have the Neo upper energy? Please just have it. Like, Telemans TV, thanks so much for follow. Alice from Hello, thanks so much as well. Okay, friend, please just have the please just find the Neo Opera off of this. Like I want you to find it. I actually want you to find the Neo Opera energy. No, okay. Tord builds. I don't know if it's Tord build, but yeah. I mean, Tord definitely, like, he played forward candy, right, in Poltnor. Alright, so now let's go into the Clefairy, which we did not prize and which we do have access to because we also did not prize the Psychic Energy. That's great. We also get a double Hoot down for future turns, and I probably want to just set up the Pheasant DPT because why not? Don't expect the Pikachu to be super useful. Go ahead and bench the Fez just in case. Everything minus the Noctowl has free retreat, which honestly could be a problem this following turn if my opponent yeah, if they go like Countercatcher Iono into the Noctowl, that could be problematic. I mean, I still have Turo, right? So not the end of the world. We could even see a concession if my opponent's hand's still pretty bad. Although, I mean, Dragapult is a deck known for its comebacks, right? So you can never count Dragapult out, basically. All right. Alrighty. What are they going to do? Countercatcher Body Iono would be problematic. That's for sure. Night Stretcher. Energy Retreat. Countercatcher. Iono. Oh, not yet. Evolve Iono. Yeah, there's the Iono. As expected, right? As they should. We have one energy left in the deck. We did find Noctowl, so even if we're under item lock, we could still Crispin for that energy and keep up the aggression here. Is there a universe where they can win in a few turns, maybe? Okay, Noctowl for Turo is probably better than the Crispin, right? Yeah, that leaves me with double Hoot still available. I don't like the Sparkling Crystal. I mean, it's not very useful anymore. So if I'm gonna Turo this turn, and I assume that they're not going to boss KO me, or sorry, Iono KO me next turn, they need to KO the Clefairy, right? And a Hoot probably. I have a Fez down, so they can't, like, if they can't attack with, well, I guess they could. They could go Dusknoir. Alright. The Nest Ball is probably a bad grab, honestly. Alright. So I'm gonna attack with Iron Leaves, I think. I mean, I'm gonna promote this, it has free retreat. Okay, so they can potentially deal with both. They need Hawlucha, then Neopper, and Dusknoir, and Dragapult, and Countercatcher, and Iono. Like, that's a worst case scenario, right? That exact 6-card combo, because that way they go Hawlucha, 10 on Fez. I guess they don't need to KO the Fez, they just need Dusknoir to, like, KO the Clefairy. No, they do want to. Yeah, if they kill Clefairy, yeah, they do need to. Okay, never mind. Okay, so it's Iron Leaf's time. take the KO, go down to 2 price cards. Clefairy's powered up. I have double Hoot down. So I will have some form of recovery off of the Iono 2/2 if it happens, right? But like I said, they need Dusknoir, 13 on the Clefairy. They need Dragapult. They need the Neopper. They need Hawlucha. They need Countercatcher. And they need Iono. That's like the best 6 cards they could have. There's one, right? There's one piece. They thin, that's fine because there's Area 0. So once they evolve into Dragapult, they can steal Hawlucha, right? So 5 pieces. Dragapult, Neopper, Countercatcher, Iono, Hawlucha. That's worst case scenario for me. It is asking a lot, but it is possible, right? It is possible. If they wipe both Hoots plus Clefairy, yes, that would also not be great. I generally think, well, yeah, maybe that's, I don't know if that's better than knocking out Fez and Clefairy though. Because like Noctowl on its own, yeah, I guess it could give me boss KO into the Fez, so maybe that is better. Alright, okay, now that they played the Jamming Tower, that is no longer possible. That is no longer possible for them. Now they can't bench. Oh, they still can't bench Hawlucha. Never mind. They can bench the Hawlucha in the spot of Dusknoir. Yeah, obviously the hardest card should be the Neopper, right? That has to be the hardest card to find out of everything. Everything else is searchable. Except the Neopper. Neopper is of course searchable, but them using the Hilda means there's no Iono coming. And if they had on for Stamp, then there's no Neopper coming. And so now we just win. They get a 4 price turn. We go Nestball, Blood Moon, KO. KO anything. Oh. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. So we weren't able to pressure with the Water Pond. But yeah, I mean, like I said before, never count Dragapult out, I feel. They did the best they could, right, to get to this point, and it almost worked for them. It almost worked for them. All right. But yeah, 7 card hand plus Fez is a little too much to handle. And I had 1 energy to retreat, that's why discarding the Latias didn't really matter too much. And so we're gonna retreat, go into the Blood Moon, attach to the Blood Moon, and go boss into whatever was not Blood Moon, and we would have won. Or we win. So yeah, it was possible for them to have like a super, like the strongest turn possible. Maybe knocking out both Hoots was better than the Fez. Honestly, not sure. All right, I think that's gonna be it for Tera Box. Not super enjoyable games. Well, no, you know what? Let's do one more. I feel like I haven't really showcased the deck to its full potential. I'm probably like looking back, thinking back, beyond the lock. I've probably not prioritized having enough Hoots to have like good follow-ups in the next few turns. So maybe that's what's causing my own dead draws. Maybe I'm trying to be a little too aggressive and overlooking my actual board when the aggressiveness is not like game decisive, right? So let's keep at it. Let's do one more game, hopefully with a good start. Funny that my opponents have started the 2 games my opponents started Klefki. I didn't even have no, I did have access to Fan Rotom in one. Okay, another Fan Rotom less game. Another Fan Rotom less game. Did I choose again? No, they chose to go first. Okay. Very menacing Terrapagos. They will get their Fan Rotom off, of course. Like us. And it's Tera Charizard. And my hand sucks so much. Okay. 11 outs. 11 it's 12 outs. 12 outs to Fan Rotom. off the top. Yeah, so 1 out of every 4 cards gets me a Fenrotom. Not only is that like the opposite of Fenrotom. Jeez. Not only is that the opposite of Fenrotom, but also every time I say 1 more, I just get like the most god-awful draws. I mean, let's make it difficult for my opponent, I guess, to take a knockout. And like, I could have benched and drawn like 1 card off Mew, but I don't think that was worth it. Raw, quick search, before even using Noctowl. Bro, it's like, I need 1 basic Pokemon to set up, and they need so much, and they just get everything. Very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Was that like, what, 4 games in a row where I couldn't Fenrotom turn 1? I think, yeah. I didn't even have a Tera, so even if I top deck Noctowl, it's useless. Okay. They need 1 more they have knockout. They have knockout. They pop in for 2, quick search for 1 more. That's 210. That's knockout. Alright. Can I just showcase the deck flow well once, maybe? Definitely not gonna put up a video of this deck. This game, I mean, or I might, but like, these games have just been horrendous. Absolutely horrendous and uneventful. What? We got a nest ball? Oh my god. We don't have a Tera. Oh, we got a nest ball. Klefki starts. No. Okay. Alright. Can we actually do something? And a Lily? Wow. Okay. Well, I love the idea of Judge, honestly. I don't know that Energy Switch will be super useful, so I'm gonna take my own advice. And just go more heavy on the Noctowls, right? Okay. So now next turn, this will be my Tera of choice, of course. Next turn we do have the option. We have Noctowl, we have this. We could Judge aggressively with Fenrotom, or we could go for the Wellspring knockouts. I'm gonna play this, no, I'm not gonna play a Stadium, because I have Noctowl, and also Jamming Tower. We'll see. We shall see how this plays out. Okay, so bye-bye Lily, Judge, and Area Zero, and Noctowl for very good cards. Okay, we get Nest Ball for Latias, we have Noctowl again. My opponent goes Ultra Ball. Costly Ultra Ball for sure. Into body, okay. Ugh, I think this just prevented me from... Well, they have a 1-card hand, which I'm gonna guess it's Lily. Because that's been the trend as of late. Okay, so I'm just gonna evolve and grab Crispin Stadium. Oh, that leaves me again in such a bad spot. Well, I guess it doesn't. One card hand, no body. Hopefully I get to do more stuff, right? Not ideal. Not ideal for sure. If I'd played down the stadium, I could be jewel seekering for what? An energy, a stadium. Not an energy. I could be grabbing like an Ultra Ball for a follow-up Noctowl, I guess, for pressure. Alright, let's conserve the Psychic for sure. Lay down the R0. Lay down these two in case it gets countered. I can discard the Noctowl. I would take the knockout, yeah. Worst comes to worst, I have Boss to pressure the Dreepy next turn. So one card hand, or we're just gonna have a really bad game again. Or will my opponent go Lily, which is honestly what I'm hoping for. Okay, fair enough. I'm assuming that was the card they had left in their hand and not their top deck. Okay, Jamming Tower. Goodbye Noctowl. That's fine. Can they bench more Dreepies? I mean, going Dracloak also works. Yeah, now my hand is pretty bad. I can't KO the active. If they bench anything else, I might go Boss. And I also have Psychic, which I probably want to conserve for Clefairy, which is not ideal. I could attach it, well, now I'm gonna attach it to Hoot to, well... Dang. This is just not great. Like, even if we're not under item lock, we are technically under item lock. We are still technically under item lock. Ultra Ball into Ladia's stretcher body or bench body. This is not good at all. Iono and Halucha, okay. Halucha seemed pretty important. Okay, they go into Ladias, which I wish I had. Yeah, wow. Ladias into Night Stretcher body. Okay, so they discarded Iono. They're down 2 Ionos, that's 3 left. Trapagos is no use. So Attach Retreat still lets them go double Hoot KO. And I'd be down my Psychic. I have a 2-card hand now. Well, but they discard Iono, meaning they probably have Lily again. They probably have the Lily. Losing that Psychic is what I hate here. Gonna make attacking with Clefairy just like that much more demanding. Quite possibly. But we'll see. Let's see. Can they find Dragapult plus Neo Upper? And if they don't, we'll see. Okay, no Neo Upper, so just how is my hand this bad? I prioritize the Hoots, I have Noctowls, I have Ultras, I have Crispins, I have Energies, and yet I can't, like, the item log doesn't matter because I literally can't play any card from my hand. This is insane. No, are you just gonna knock out? I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm actually very okay with that. I did not think they were going to just throw their Dragapult and the energy into the active. But we'll take it. We will take it. I mean, I'm nowhere near close to being in a good spot though. Nowhere near close. I need this, flip the script to get me an Ultra Ball. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm in a decent spot. So, actually I'm not. I need well, yeah, that's psychic, dude. Oh my god. Okay, I need Crispin and Night Stretcher. That's what I need. Or maybe Glass Trumpet. It's the same thing, right? Glass Trumpet, Energy Switch. Either way, I won't have a great board anyways. I do have a Tera. Yeah, Night Stretcher, Energy Switch is the exact same thing. Like, I'm still in a very bad spot, so I'm just gonna save the possible resources for later. Go Crispin. Oh wait, I have 2 Psychics, never mind. Wait, I'm playing 2 Psychics? Okay, that's my bad. For not knowing my deck well enough. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies, I did not need... Oh, I should have grabbed the stadium then. Okay, that's 100% my bad. I didn't even check, I just assumed there was only 1 Psychic. When it is 2. That would have been pretty great. I would have been able to find area 0. I would have had an expanded bench, more hood hoods, etc, etc. Still works out, but I should be playing better. I completely forgot that there were 2 Psychics in the deck list. And because one was in the discard pile, the other one was available. Alright, so that's going to do it for Tera Box. I mean, obviously the deck, when it runs well, it's fantastic, right? When you can Noctowl every turn for the pieces that you need, it's amazing. But doing that realistically, I mean, we played how many games? 7, 8? It's a lot of things, right? And the bad part is that every time you attack with Wellspring, the energies go away. So you need another strong turn to set up or reestablish another threat. When you attack with Pikachu EX, you lose your energy. So you need another turn to reestablish another threat. Whereas, once you have something like Gardevoir or Charizard or Pidgeot, for example, they are in play, and it doesn't matter what you have, you already have the aggression established, if you will, right? The continuous aggression, the continuous energy axis, the continuous deck axis. That's not the case for Tera Box, so it's always been like my issue with it, but of course, it's still a pretty good deck. But now, let's jump into Crustle, shall we? I'm definitely excited about Crustle. It's going to be probably more hit or miss overall in terms of games played. We're going to encounter some hard counters and we're going to encounter some auto wins. But let's take a look at the deck lists. Give me 1 second. All right. Crustle is here. This is the top 4 list from the Champions League IHE tournaments. Back when the results first were published, this list was not available, but since then it has been published, and this is what it looks like. Super straightforward. It's all about the Crustle. With the Mysterious Rock-In ability, you prevent all damage done to Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. Obviously, that counters a lot of the metagame, the main players of the metagame, but a lot of those decks still have ways around it. And we have the Ascension Duel to be able to go into Crustle immediately. Now we do have Triple Monkey Dory to help heal and help Crustle deal extra damage at different points in time. And we have Psyduck to help deal with those pesky Dusknoir and Dusclops, which of course give this deck potentially a lot of trouble. Klefki does stop the Psyduck, but hopefully Crustle is a lot harder to deal with for Charizard, like multiple Crustle, than for something like Dragapult, for example. Now, our engine will be 4 Arven, 4 Boss, 2 Crispin, 2 Lilies, 2 Iono, 2 Colress Tenacity, 1 Lancet, and 1 Xerosic, which combines with Iono in case we get into a stalemate. We can win the deck out war that way. Now, 2 big things that I think are missing here, that I'm very surprised are not included, all right? We have 4 Arven and we have 3 tools. I do think a Technical Machine Energize would be worth it in the deck, even if just to establish like your double monkeys at some point, or even having triple monkey could be good, similar to the Kangaskhan Ice Cream deck. More Ice Creams is something that I'm surprised we're not playing. Secret Box has the Ace spec, that sort of makes sense. We're trying to get the most consistency possible, but with double Colress Tenacity, I'm very surprised we don't have 1 copy of Reversal Energy. I've definitely found that to be super useful in a pinch, right? When the aggression can somehow control what your opponent's trying to do. It also works well with the Jumbo Ice Cream, so Reversal energy, something that with 2 ways to search for it, I'm surprised is not included. But of course, we do have triple miss to help with any sort of effects like Absol's attack and Alakazam as well. We also have a copy of Jet Energy for any trapping shenanigans. Make sure we can continue the aggression. Then a bunch of one-offs, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 S-Ball, 1 Puffin, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Earthen Vessel, and 1 Energy Switch for a potential surprise double or triple Monkey Dory, if you will, or even single Monkey Dory while still attacking, when our opponent might think that we are not able to do that off of a Crispin. So pretty cool techie cards there. We also have a copy of the Practice Studio to deal 10 more damage for our Stage 1 Pokemon, 130 hits. Koraidon hits Raging Bolt, so some key Pokemon as well. Yeah, that's the Crustle deck that got top 4. It's very unique in some things, very standard in others. So let's jump into some games and see how the deck fares in the ladder. Right. Okay, so here we go. Here we go with our Crustle. Now, of course, Crustle is now weaker because Mega Lopunny came out. I feel like because Mega Lopunny, we're in this weird cycle where Mega Lopunny comes out, therefore Cornerstone and Crustle are much weaker, therefore they see less play, therefore people don't play Mega Lopunny, therefore they are stronger play. So like, sometimes a card coming out that quotation marks counters your deck at some point in the metagame can be beneficial because it is perceived as so countered that the counter is no longer needed, and therefore you're free to play this sort of deck. Yeah, but I don't know. It's a weird balance for sure. Dead hand, of course, as per usual. Surprises there. We will be able to Ascension. We are going second, so we'll be able to Ascension to protect our double into a Crustle. We did mulligan, so our opponent very well knows what they're up against. We have a copy of Monkey, we have the Rosic, which, like I said, in case you get into those stalemates, it can be crucial. Wow, very bad hand for my opponent. Great opportunity for us. We do find the Arven, which is pretty great. So I'm definitely looking into Secret Box to give me the possibility of Crispin next turn, right? Crispin next turn seems pretty important. I'm gonna get rid of these 3 for now. Let's grab a Crispin for next turn. Let's grab Puffin as well. Let's grab these 2. Maybe I don't need Puffin actually. Well, with the Artisan, like, I'm not gonna bench anything this turn, I don't think. Well, if they go boss, I have the air balloon, right? So maybe it is worth it. Never mind. I'm just gonna get double Dwebble. My opponent is playing Psyduck themselves, so we shouldn't expect Dusknoir from them. I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping. And yes, there's definitely people who don't respect Cornerstone. And I mean, like, it makes sense, right? It's not that they're disrespecting Cornerstone. It's just like, Cornerstone is such a small part of the metagame, right? It's not a main deck. So it's like a percentage of a percentage. Some Mega Absol decks, for example, stopped running Cornerstone at some point in the metagame. So, like, you're essentially making a bet. A bet that... Oh, Crispin goes away. You're making a bet that your opponent will not have... wow, I got the other Crispin, crazy. You're making a bet that your opponent will not have Cornerstone in their deck, right? So first you need to be paired against someone that plays a sort of deck that plays Cornerstone. Anyways, yeah, I feel like it's a fine bet to make, if you will. And there we go. Yeah, we just win this game by, yeah, by my opponent dead drawing. So yeah, I think for a regional, it's fine to disrespect Cornerstone depending on like previous tournaments if you study the metagame and whatnot. For a League Cup or a League Challenge though, I mean, if you don't have any information, I wouldn't disrespect Cornerstone because the field is a lot more concentrated. If you have information on what your opponent's decks will most likely look like, then you can make a more educated guess on whether you need to gun for Cornerstone a lot more, or if you just need to forget about it, yeah, and just completely disregard it. Okay, decent-ish hand. The Colress does allow me to grab Artisan, which is nice. I'm wondering if in the future Colress could potentially become so popular or so good, like if we get some really good stadiums or some really good special energies, that Colress becomes a staple, that Kyurem actually makes a comeback into the meta game. I'm wondering that. All right. So we start Dwebble, my opponent thinking very hard on what to do here. We see a Duskull, we see the Nestball, or Fanrotom. Okay, so is it Megalopony then? I mean, that was a Pidgey and double Hoot. And a Fire. Okay, so it seems like it's Charizard, not that thing. Now, the big issue here for me is, well, that my hand's just not that great. I will need to establish Psyduck to protect myself here. Right. We'll need to Arzon for the Psyduck. I'll go ahead and Ascension. If they choose my follow-up. My follow-up is just not good. Like Colress, after turn 1, Colress gets much weaker if you don't play like Town Store or other things like that, or other powerful stadiums, which right now there aren't that many. So my opponent goes Jet into the Fanrotom. They don't have a Tera. They go for the Charmander. That's fine. And they go for the Assault Landing. So what I'm thinking here is establish Monkey Dory. I like establishing the Monkey Dory and attaching to it. That inadvertently protects my Crustle, whilst also threatening... I mean, I could threaten the Pidgey, but I kind of like threatening the Duskull instead. Not super convinced about this, but it is what it is. Now, we know my opponent doesn't have... Well, they could have Rare Candy Charizard, and then they finally activate the Noctowl. I don't think I want to play anything else here, but we'll see. Well, I mean, like, clearly I didn't play anything else. Could be punished by it. Like, I was thinking Colress to just keep thinning, especially in case I get Ionode. We see the attach. We're just gonna see the Assault Landing. Yes, okay, that's great, actually. So now I am more than happy to establish another Monkey Dory and then go Colress or another Darkness Energy. I want to keep the Vessel available just in case it matters in the future. And then now Fanrotom is only dealing 10 damage each turn. And honestly, I kind of like KOing the Pidgey. I will activate Fez, which is a little annoying. So I think, okay, I'd rather deny the Pidgeot and then threaten. I'm not even gonna fully heal. I'm gonna threaten. Even Dusclops next turn is threatened. Right? Because I have 60 on. Well, I would have more than that. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. What I did doesn't make much sense. Alright. They can Artisan for an RPG. I can just knock it out immediately. We'll see. Of the Colress, maybe I should have grabbed the Artisan again. Yep. Maybe that's what I should have done. Okay. Maybe that's what I should have done. And then my opponent immediately plays Dawn. I will get them the Terrapagos, the Noctowl, and the Charizard. They go for Dusclops instead of the Noctowl. Oh, they already have Noctowl. Never mind. Okay. So they will be able to go Counter Catcher KO one Monkey Dory, which is definitely annoying. They could also go after the Psyduck, which I don't think they should. But yeah, I definitely misplayed by going for the practice studio instead of the artisan. I would be able to get double monkey dory anyways. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I could have had my Crustle healed a lot safer from the possible Charmeleon, right? Which is the only thing that I'm seeing could maybe threaten me. Seems like these decks, I mean, I feel like you really need to play Chiyu right there. Oh, okay. We're gonna go Fez. That doesn't seem great. Fez KO Psyduck, because it's the only thing they KO, means I still knock out your Dusclops, right? Yeah, I mean, it also indirectly protects the Pidgey, I guess. I could find a supporter like Arven, that would be fantastic. I mean, Crispin's pretty good. Crispin lets me attack this turn. And yeah, like, I don't mind if my Monkey Dories go down. I don't want... I need my Crustle to survive, right? That's like my main plan. And that's down to 4 prizes. What do I get off my prize cards? Arven. Okay, ooh. I'm not gonna play it now. Like, I didn't know that was gonna be my prize card, obviously. Had I known, probably would have gone after the Pidgey and then gone Arven, Stretcher. Well, no, then the Psyduck just goes down, right? If I play the practice studio, what did they get rid of? The Terapagos, probably. So I think I'm just gonna keep it for now. I'll go Superb Scissors. Okay. I can chase down the Fez at some point eventually as well. They are down no counter catchers or anything. Charmeleon is the most threatening Pokemon right now, of course. I would not be surprised to see like Iono retreat 80, but then the Charmeleon goes down. If they don't Iono this turn, specifically, getting the Luxurious Cape onto a Crustle seems very key. Very, very key. Okay, they go Candy and Stretcher. There's the Pidgeot. Okay, so they're gonna... No, they can't attack with Pidgeot. Wait, why would you retreat into Pidgeot? Okay, and flip the script was the last thing they did. That's really bad. Oh, they have Prime Catcher. Okay, okay. True. They still should have drawn with flip the script in the beginning. That was probably a mistake. Okay. No Duskull means I don't need to prioritize the Psyduck, but I don't think it would be a bad idea to get it. Okay, so I have back-to-back bosses orders. They really have nothing for the Crustle here. They're down their Prime Catcher. If I don't take a prize card, they can't counter Catcher. So if they Iono, they're not doing anything. I'm gonna just attack into the Charizard. It's gonna be the plan. I wanna leave Secret Box in the deck for later. So let's get back the Psyduck. Like, I could establish double Monkey Dory again, but I kind of like protecting the Psyduck a little bit more. Should I be attaching more energy? Probably not. Okay, so I have double boss in hand and I can win with boss. So single Crustle might carry this game. The maximum damage they can do is 80. Maximum they can actually do here. Not playing Super, right? It's just the one recovery. Yeah. Okay, so they go boss the Psyduck. If they do this without any Duskull, I am perfectly fine. Okay, we get to KO the Charizard. And that's when they'll probably Iono me. Otherwise, I just win with boss. Well, I can countercatcher this turn too. Well, but I don't need to. I think this turn it's gonna be Zerosic, right? Yeah, just force them to get rid of resources. I get rid of some resources. I mean, having all these costing effects in hand into the incoming Iono is probably not great. But they did discard an Iono just now. Countercatcher KO Feds, is that bad? I mean, do I want to thin the earth? Like, do I need energy for anything else? That's the question. I feel like I'm missing something. But just take the knockout. So one play they could do, I guess, now that I think about it, is they could evolve into Charizard. Wow. I had 2 bosses prize, I think, and a Pokegear. So now I have, yeah, if they Iono, I have no ghosting. Basically, I have 1 boss. The one play they could do is evolve into Charizard, power up the Pidgeot, and go Countercatcher, KO Monkey Dory, discarding the Stadium, discard Monkey Dory. Okay, I get a Pokegear, but I know 3 of my boss's orders are at the very bottom of the deck. How many cards was it to the bottom? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards to the bottom. 10 cards to the bottom. So I have a 27 card deck effectively in order to get this going. So they found Super Odd. They have Puffin for the Duskull. So 130 plus 80 is 210. That's not enough. That's the maximum damage they can do. Okay, so Lana's Aid. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I don't want to get into a messy situation, so I'm gonna bench this Psyduck, but I'm going to attach the Dark to it. I'm not going to bench the Monkey Dory because that would give them multiple prizes available, right? Like that could give them 3 prizes off the bench, which I don't know if they have enough costing effects to pull that off. They're down boss and prime, but just in case, there's no need. Yeah, clearly I don't need the old Monkey Dory right now to heal. They're not doing any damage to me. I'm not in any sort of threat. So I could have benched the Psyduck and benched the Monkey Dory, but I don't know how many costing effects. And they could have like Countercatcher boss, I don't know. Maybe they probably don't have enough, actually. But if they KO Psyduck, then Dusknoir KOing something on the bench could be a problem. Okay, so they commit to the Charizard. It's gonna commit energies to the board. Now their only attacker for Crustle is Fanrotom. Gonna retreat. And then they think. So that pause right there is bad. Like, well, I don't know. Like that pause doesn't feel good on their part. Oh, sorry, that's not a retreat. Never mind. That was quick search. So there's the other boss. Goodbye, Psyduck. So that's 2 boss and prime catcher down. I can't imagine them having too many left. And I didn't play the Pokegear. Like, Pokegear into boss could have been game, but they don't threaten game anytime soon. So I'm not in any sort of rush at this point. And there we go. I get a card that shuffles my deck, and that means now all 4 bosses orders are live in the deck, and possibly even like Arven for Secret Box next turn. But there's the boss. Yeah, so I think waiting there made a lot of sense. And we get the win. Pretty nice. Pokegear into boss, into the win. Single Crustle carrying the team. wins it for us. Very, very good. Crustle. Crustle doing Crustle-y things. Alright. On to the next match. So yeah, I'm stuck in this like 1600 range loop, infinite loop. I get a bit of traction, then I lose a lot of things. Alright, do you want to go first? No. Okay, we're gonna mulligan. My opponent will get some information out of that. Yes. Alright. We get a duel, we're going second. We have Crispin, we have Arven, we have Colress. I like Colress the most here, I think. Gets me Artisan for backup duel and gets me Ascension and Artisan for future turns. Tulipan, have I played live? Best like Pokemon like in person? Yes, I've been playing for 25 years, so yes, my best result is top 4 at the World Championships. My most recent best result is top 4 at the European International Championships. ¿Cómo decido qué debo usar para un regional? Conrad, honestamente, o algo que sea muy poderoso. Si nada me gusta o nada, con nada me siento muy cómodo, algo que sea demasiado bueno. O sea, algo tier 1 que sepa que el deck es muy fuerte y con decisiones fuertes, eso me va a ayudar. E intento pues estar muy cómodo con ese deck, tener experiencia con ese deck para tomar buenas decisiones. En lo ideal es un deck fuerte que además me da confianza de que corre bien y tiene buenos matches. Así es como decido. Mientras sea tier 1, tier 2, creo que vale la pena. Alright, so we're up against probably Goldengo, I want to guess. I want to guess that we're up against Goldengo. I'm not entirely sure, but the MMW, thanks so much for the follow. Old Mac Raw Dog as well, thanks so much for the follow. You're new to the game, looking for new challenges after becoming national champion in backgammon? Nice. You reached 1530 rating in TG Live after 7 days of play. That's pretty cool, Tulipan. That's a very good rank for 7 days of play. I think you'll enjoy the Pokemon trading card game in that regard. Okay, we're gonna go Colress, Artisan, and the Mists. I prized 1 grass and 2 dark. That's not great. Alright. This might be a game where I need like multiple Monkey Dory more than multiple. Like I'm probably gonna need multiple Monkey Dory to protect my Crustle as opposed to multiple Crustle to survive the pressure. If it's Goldengo, it doesn't have a counter. I love backgammon, Tulipan, actually. Like I used to play it a lot with my dad as a kid. When we were on vacation, I love backgammon, so that's pretty cool. Congrats on being national champion. I'm also a national champion, but of the Pokemon trading card game. I won national twice. I haven't won an international yet. I've gotten 2nd place in 2017 and 3rd place. I haven't won Worlds, but I've gotten multiple top cuts along with 3rd place. But yeah. A few decent results. Alright. The opponent goes into the Gimme Goal. Will start to pressure with the Soul Rock. Understandably so. I wonder what sort of, like, they might have Monkey Dory. That's a lot of energy's gone already. To the Genesect. Just gonna see the Cosmic Beam, I'm guessing. So my next. I definitely think I need to protect the Crustle for sure with the Luxurious Cape. I think that's pretty crucial here. So 70 damage. I could also Crispin Jumbo Ice Cream, honestly. That also seems pretty good. I don't hate that whatsoever. I top deck a Crustle, so I'm gonna establish a doable. Like if they came one doable, it's fine. I just need them to not take the 6 price card, right? So my Crispin Ice Cream or Arven plus Tool. I actually really like Crispin Ice Cream, so I'm just gonna go for that. It will cost me a Dark Energy on the active. I mean, I could just leave it here, but then if they have Vitality Band, Premium Power Pro, and Soul Rock again, they could knock me out. So Jumbo Ice Cream it is. And we'll go Superb Scissors for the knockout. Yeah, at this point, I have to imagine my opponent, whatever Cornerstone counter they have, it's not Megalopony, because Megalopony counters Crustle, but it doesn't. I mean, it counters it to an extent too, because like, if you have the tool, 160 damage is a lot, but then you can, if you have Ice Cream and Monkey Dory, and you put yourself out of range, right? And you hit them for 120. So there's merit to, I don't know. It's not like super clear cut in that sense. Okay. I went into the Golden Go. They grabbed the Soul Rock. So, I mean, they could just choose to go after the Double or the Monkey Dory. Completely understandable if they go for either. Completely understandable. Probably, this is probably a 1 Crustle game. I don't know if I'll have enough energy to power up 2. Here's the Golden Go. Another coin bonus, so a lot of draw. That's fine. Earthen Vessel. Is it correct to go first 99% of the time? No, Tulipan. There's many decks that, like the one I'm using, for example, to choose to go second, because you get the benefit of attacks like Ascension. You get to play a supporter, right? You get the benefits of attacks like Itchy Pollen from Body. So there's specific decks, especially ones like right now, ones that play Fan Rotom, for example, that really want to go first. Some of the Soul Rock Lunatone decks want to go first. And then most others like Charizard, Pidgeot, etc. They want to go second, you know? Because you get the benefit, like having a turn off item plus supporter is just so much more, and attack is so much more powerful than just item or just, you know, item with no supporter and no attack. So it's deck dependent. Yeah? Depending on what deck you've been playing, that's when things change. Yeah. All right, so having that Dwebble on the bench basically healed my Soul Rock or my Crustle of 70 damage, right? Like that was not a threat. They used resources. They're giving up a Soul Rock, which they might have Lana's aid to get back 2 more Soul Rocks perhaps and a Night Stretcher. So I might have to deal with 5 Soul Rocks. It's completely fine. I definitely want to attach an energy this turn to the Monkey Dory, I think. So we're going to go ahead and Arven for the Vessel. What do I discard though? Probably should have just Artisan for the Dwebble. Alright, I'm gonna give up on the Pokegear. I have Lily for next turn, and that's perfectly fine, I think. So, like, I'm gonna bench other Pokemon to give my opponent hope, but they shouldn't be able to win this. And I mean, sure, why not? Let's just attach to the Dwebble. Like, every time my opponent goes after a Dwebble, my Crustle doesn't get damaged, and they're not gonna be able to deal with this Crustle at this point, I don't think. So we're pretty safe. We are pretty safe here. Man, it's cold. It's so cold here in Mexico right now. Like, I know it's probably cold, way colder in other places, but like, houses in Mexico are not built to withstand super cold temperatures. So yeah, that's annoying. All right, so here's something else that I need to consider. Like, clearly, wow, is that a 3rd raw Soul Rock? That's a 3rd raw Soul Rock, okay. Which I don't hate, honestly, but that's a 3rd raw Soul Rock. Not very common. Like, houses in Mexico are not built for these extreme pressure. It's not an extreme temperature, but it's definitely not built to withstand this huge Nice. Lazar, ¿de qué parte de México soy? Soy de la Ciudad de México. Aquí vivo, aquí resido. Ciudad de México, en su casa. ¿Tú de qué parte de México eres? O de dónde eres, más bien. Alright, balls into a double. Perfectly fine by me, not a problem. That's 2 ghost effects gone. Okay, so, what I was gonna say is, honestly, at this point, I just need to pass. I don't even want to put damage on my opponent's side of the board, because that opens up the possibility of them having like Monkey Dory plus Soul Rock pressure can sometimes be a lot. So I'm just gonna pass. Like, I'm clearly gonna win by deck out. They have at most a Super maybe to replenish their deck. Like, damage on the board, on their side of the board. I've won games where my opponent would just like attack with these sort of decks, and I was able to win because I had Monkey Dory in my Golden Gold build, right? I don't know if they have it or not, but because I don't know, why potentially open up a bench space after a knockout? Why? Yeah, they have 2 prizes on the bench on Monkey Dories. Sure, go ahead and take them. They have no answer to the Crustle. You go boss again, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna take 2 more prizes, who cares? As long as they don't take the 6, that's all that matters. También de CDMX, Lazar. Sí, caótica, pero bellísima. Alright, we see the superior. Sigo compitiendo para el Mundial, Conrad. Pues no me ha ido bien esta temporada, la verdad. Sí, sigo compitiendo, sigo activo. Voy a competir en Mérida el próximo mes. Definitivamente, últimamente es más difícil para mí competir por todo lo del casteo y así, pero sí, sigo compitiendo. La temporada pasada quedé en 4º lugar de México. Y pues siendo comentarista de tiempo completo. Esta temporada no me ha ido tan bien en los 2 eventos que jugué, Monterrey y Buenos Aires. Y por una mudanza que voy a tener, no sé qué tanto tiempo tenga de jugar en el futuro. De eventos grandes, digamos. Pero por lo menos Querétaro, por lo menos Mérida sí voy a jugar. Lo demás no lo sé. Y pues como no he sumado en los otros 2 eventos, no sé si vaya a alcanzar la clasificación este año. Entonces sí sigo compitiendo. Eso siento yo que eso me hace un mejor comentarista. Pero esta temporada, porque no me fue bien en los torneos, ya me las vi un poco negras. Okay, I don't know if they're planning or something, or what they are trying to do. When Arvin for Secret Box, I want to put the Zerosic in my hand. Like, I want to use Zerosic next turn, just in case. Sure, let's attach an extra energy. I mean, just in case, like, they have an Iona or something, and then the win just gets delayed, right? I don't want to spend more time in this game. And yeah, I was just answering in the chat. They asked me if I'm still competing for the World Championships, and I am. Yeah, I haven't done well this season in the 2 big events that I've played, which are Monterrey and... Oh, okay, well, there's something. There's a Cramorant. Ugh. I mean... Wow, they have Iono? Insane. Oh my god, here we go. Alright, maybe I got a little too complacent. They have Iono. I don't have a Dark to heal my Crustle. Dang it. Oh boy. Like, I have knockout, but if they stretch her back the cram, they can't KO me. So I can't really attach this turn. I'm gonna get back the Dwebble, bench it, and I'm gonna Lily. And I need to get a Dark Energy to heal? Or the other Ice Cream. Oh, I got Energy Switch. That's perfect. Oof. That was close. I was, yeah. So they had something, right? I was not expecting this. They did have something. They did have something. Once again, I'm not gonna leave damage on my opponent's side of the board. But yeah, like, I forced them into this by not attacking. Although, if I had attacked and taken more prizes, then the Cramorant wouldn't be able to attack me, right? That amount of Cramorant range, which doesn't put me safe. If they use Cramorant again... Ugh. If they use Cramorant again... Dang it, I drew really bad off the Lily too. Ugh, I think I'm in trouble, guys. I think I'm gonna lose this. I'm actually gonna lose this. Because they had Iono too. That's insane. That's so ridiculous. They had Iono. I think I'm gonna lose. They're probably gonna be able to KO the Crustle. And they're gonna have one boss to KO the Monkey Dory on the bench. Wow. I'm actually going to lose this. They can heal. Oh, actually, never mind. They should only have one. Oh, I don't have the Monkey Dory. I can't heal 60. I have 30 HP left. I can't heal 60. If I go boss KO the Soul Rock, that doesn't matter. Like, it shuts down the Cramorant, but they just put back 2 more Soul Rocks. So what I will need is... No, I don't think I can win now. Wow. Insane. How do they have... They have Vitality, they have Super, they have Iono too. So crazy. Actually insane. It's actually insane. No ice cream. No ice cream, Rooney. Yeah, I think I lose. They can KO the Crustle, and then they should have one last boss's orders to KO Monkey Dory. If I had double Monkey Dory there, yeah, it was prized. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked. With double Monkey Dory, like, I mean, they had to cut something for the Iono and Cram. They will have a third boss. So, I guess my win condition is them not having the third boss. And this is insane. I mean, I guess I should have prioritized the monkeys more. I had one prize though, that's very unfortunate. Yeah. This is game for sure. They're gonna have, like, I need their last boss to be prized. That's the only win condition I have. Ugh. It has to be, right? Like, I have to Lana, get back the Crustle, the grass, whatever, and then they go boss KO monkey, and that's it. Ugh. I didn't. Yeah, the Cramorant. If I had bosses in hand, right, before the Iono, like, you never see an Iono coming off a Goldingo. Like, that's insane that they had it. That's ridiculous that they had Iono. Bro. What? How is this real life? Why do you play Iono in your freaking Goldingo deck, man? And this is why I'm stuck in 1600 elo hell. Because I go up against Goldingos that have Iono. Yeah, I should have expected the Cramorant, sure. They were down to 2 cards. I'm pretty sure they were just wasting time. I got cocky. I could have been more aggressive. I could have gone boss KO the Lunatone, boss KO the Soul Rock. Probably should have done that. Or just attack the active, right? Yes. PTCG. The trading card game is definitely luck based. I definitely think there's like, from all the players in in the Pokemon trading card game, there's like a curve of like people who are statistically luckier, people who are statistically unluckier, and then there's the average, right? I definitely feel after 25 years that I'm stuck in the statistically slightly unluckier side of the bell. The previous game, man. Like, everything was fine if I just don't prize the third monkey, right? But I did prize it, so then I couldn't double heal, and I couldn't save my thing, and I didn't find the other ice cream. Yeah. Not great. Not great. And my hand is, once again, not great. Alright, so my turn. I get a Pokegear, that's great. Definitely want another Dwebble. Prize the monkey again. The Crustle. So my opponent playing Iron Valiant with Psychic Patch, which is obviously not a very standard deck. I want to just thin, and see what I'm up against. Right. Part of me thinks that my active might go down. Just gonna attach to the monkey. Any Tachyon beats that are not utilized by them, I'll just send back. Pokegear has a lot of potential outs. Has Arven, has Crispin, has Lily, has Iono. Yeah. Has the Miraidon, of course, as an anti Crustle Measure with peak acceleration, and has the things as well. So this is gonna be, I mean, powering up Miraidon shouldn't be easy for them, right? Go for Mystery Garden. I can potentially draw with Mystery Garden if it comes to that. Double Monkey will be important. Mako Research, okay. So I will be able to start healing a little bit of damage, which is nice. Well, never mind. They find the second Iron Crown to knock me out. So this is pretty bad. This only powers up the bench, right? No, it can self-power up. Jeez. This is really bad. Never mind. This is actually atrocious for me. This is so bad. Iono and Goldingo. I will never... Conrad, thanks so much for the follow. I will never get over an Iono in... Iono in Goldingo. Okay, so knockout Dwebble. Who do they have to self-power up, right? Like anything else is just throwing. Okay. 50 damage to... Let me read. 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, and you can ignore the effects. Okay, I mean, I'll take that. I need my Pokegear to not whiff. At least I know I get to evolve. Ugh. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just also not great either. Alright. At least I'll have Jumbo Ice Cream access next turn. So I'm going to attach the other grass. In case I top deck any other energy, I have this fight, this darkness energy for the other Monkey Dory. This is 2/2 or 2/3? 2/2. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. 50 damage is fine because then, like on the Crustle, because then I heal 30. Not super worried about that. If they had powered up the Miraidon, I would have already lost the game. If they had self-powered up the Miraidon, which is a future Pokemon, right? I mean, the HP covers it, but this is a future Pokemon, right? So use your deck and attach them to your future Pokemon. Yeah, if they maybe they're not running Lightning Energy, actually. Ooh, maybe that's it. Maybe they're just not running Lightning Energy. With triple, they will do 110, so that's not ideal. Oh my god, do they have double Tachyon Bits KO? Please no. Oh my god, they have it. Dude. What the heck is this crap? I give up, man. Like, this is why I just don't do well in tournaments anymore. I play Pigeon Control, I go up against the one guy that has Gardevoir with Turo. In my win and in for day 2. I play Zoroark, I go up against Dragapult, I start Reshiram, and I prize Turo, Penny, and Petrant. So I can never move my Reshiram until it's way too late. I go up against Guardy, same deal. Playing this deck, I start dead hands most of the time, and I get Iono'd off of Golden Go. Dead hand? Well, not dead, but dead-ish. I've always thought that if I could choose my starting hand, my win rate in Pokemon TCG would be at least 80%. At least. Alright, so we're up against a Charizard deck. Optic Psyduck, that's very nice. I'm gonna grab these two, leave the energy variety for Crispin. Lots of supporters available. I'm gonna bench the Psyduck. I don't want to run into like any annoying shenanigans. I have Crispin for next turn to start pressuring, which is really nice. And sure, let's start establishing Monkey Dories. Let's go Ascension. Into the Crustle. The bird could hit me for 40, right? That would be understandable. See the Charmeleon, which does 100 damage. I'm safe from that, at least for now. There's a Pidgey. And Life Goal for 40. Okay, that's fine. So, they haven't played a supporter. Arven doesn't do much for me at this point. Like, I'm not super happy about establishing a second Webball. Like, that could delay my setup quite a bit, but it is what it is. I do have the Jet right now. So, I grab these. I'm going to attach the grass to the active. Then I could knock out the Charm. Not better. If I knock out the Charmander, what threatens me? Candy Dusknoir? No, Candy Dusknoir doesn't threaten me. Kind of like playing it a little bit more passively. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I should just go aggression, aggression, aggression. But this, like, this stops any further aggression, right? From my opponent. Like, if they attack me, then they just lose their Pidgey for no reason. And by not taking a prize card, I don't expose myself to a potential Chi-Yu. My goodness. Oh my. This does 120 damage. So they don't. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Healing. Healing just saved me big time. Healing just saved me big time. If I had knocked out the Charmander, they could have gone Arven Ultra for Charizard into the Chi-Yu. Okay. So like, we're not out of danger yet, but we're getting somewhere. Okay. We're gonna establish the monkey. Okay, that Chi-Yu is annoying for sure. It's gonna be less of a threat off of this. Can I afford? I don't think I can secret box here. Just gonna go ahead and find these two, find Pokegear for later. establish second monkey. And sure, I have energy. This 40 could actually work out to where boss KOs Pidgeot. But I couldn't deny the Pidgeot, so that's fine. Okay, see the Ultra Ball. Goodbye Dusclops and Ultra Ball. There's a Pidgeot, so that's gonna give my opponent a lot of room. So that's the bad part of not applying pressure is that your opponent eventually will top deck out of what they are, like what they have. They'll eventually find supporters, so we're definitely gonna play a full game. There are 6 prizes on board right now for my opponent. I might have overbenched a little. But, I mean, it's dealing with the Crustle. That's the difficult part, right? Or should be the difficult part. For them, at least. Okay, so they power up the Chi-Yu. They're just gonna straight up attack. Discard the Artisan. Do they have a boss? No, they're just gonna attack. 240. Oh, wait. Oh, so... Oh, wait, they could have done this, no? Oh, because they attached energy to Charmander. I think that's why they couldn't. Okay, so double Monkey Dory is looking pretty good here. Onto the Duskull, I want to say. Like, it might come to a point where I stop attacking again. Like, they're eventually going to go after my Monkey Dories. So I don't want them to... I want their resources for Dusknoir to be, like, exhausted at that point. So, an extra energy. We got the Jumbo Ice Cream as well, just in case. Like, they need to get back the Chi-Yu, right? That's the only way. And a Stadium. So I need Stadium plus Chi-Yu to knock out my Crustle. If they do, however, that's pretty bad. If they do get that, then we're in trouble. Victor. I can do that for you if you want, but yeah. You can't right click. I think there is like some Twitch overlay thing that does that. But I don't have that installed. But yeah. That's pretty funny, Victor. Okay, so they got back the Chi-Yu and the energies. They played Lily for 8, so if they get Chi-Yu... Oh my god. No way. No way. No way. Come on. Attach for turn, no Candy Charizard. No Candy Charizard, okay. It's definitely boss time. I do want to start getting another Crustle ready. My opponent's being extremely aggressive. I have the boss for the Chi-Yu. And then let's go. I mean, this is probably getting rare candy. Well, I mean, I forced the rare candy, right? Yeah. I'm gonna force the rare candy Charmander. And I'm not gonna take another prize card. Like, I have the prize card on the body technically for free eventually. But I don't want to grab it just yet in case they go Iono at some point. This is ladder or a tournament? This is ladder. This is just the ladder. Yeah, this Chi-Yu, like, I've thought about like playing like double Vitality Band in Charizard. I feel like it could help reach some interesting numbers, and then this Chi-Yu is a lot better than the other one. You're limited by your stadiums, so you might want extra stadiums, but all right, there's a Super. Here we go again. Here we go again. I need an... If they whiff Candy Charizard, have they quick searched yet? They have not. Okay, so they're probably gonna get it this time around. And they don't. Okay, that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, because now I'm fully healed, and now the Chi-Yu doesn't KO me. And I got Crispin. Great. Okay, so I have double knockout here, down to 1 prize card. So if I leave the Crustle powered up, I should be fine. Yeah. If they got Rare Candy Charizard there, my Crispin top deck would have been insane. because then I can just return KO and that's probably game. If I don't get that, I don't know how many stadiums they have left. It would have been a more interesting game for sure. Yes. So that's what I mean. Like, that's why double vitality band. Yeah, like a vitality band build so that Chi-Yu can KO Dengo, KO all the... it KOs all the grass basics, but with vitality band, it does KO. And then vitality band for Charizard to hit 220 when they've only taken one price card. 190, probably not an important number. Pidgeot could hit for 130. You could hit for 310 at the end of the game, which probably doesn't matter. Maybe vitality band is not great. Maybe defiance band is better. Maybe one of each, right? Something along those lines. But yeah, like in order to make it so that you don't need to wait for your opponent to take a knockout for Chi-Yu to be good. That's my point. But of course, Chi-Yu does do, the other Chi-Yu does do extra damage. So yeah, or you could play Brave Bangle as well. But at that point, if you're playing Brave Bangle, you might as well play the Moltres if you really want that Dengo answer. Oh no, but that's not a Crustle answer. But like, you shouldn't be teching for a Crustle no matter what. Okay, my opponent decided to go first. I do have Pokegear and I have a Vessel to Ascension, so hopefully that's enough to protect us in the beginning. I mulliganed 3 times, that's really bad. Alright, it's Alakazam. So I really need my Colruses and I need... I need my Colruses and I need a double mist energy Crustle. And I need both of them basically at once, right? Sort of. So I will need... I feel like at this point, it might be better to make sure I have 6 Pokemon my opponent has to go through, which should give me time to get to 2 mist energy, as opposed to playing the cape on 1. They go Battle Cage turn 1, that's fine. I lost to this deck at a League Up yesterday. Playing Dengo, it was to be expected. Alright, so yeah, I just want to get Prize to Dwebble, that's not great. Prize to Dwebble and a Crustle. All 3 Mist are available though. And I priced a Colress, okay, so... We are in difficult mode here. I really don't think Jumbo Ice Cream is gonna matter in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and thin as much as I can. I also don't expect Monkey Dory to be making much of an appearance. And let's go Pokegear. Alright, I'll take the Iono. That's fine. Like, it won't be making much of an appearance in terms of needing to use it. It's gonna be about finding mist energies, but giving myself a little bit of extra HP, taking away the cards from Rotom, not a bad thing. Not bad. Xerosic could also be important against Alakazam later down the line. Wait, did I draw? Oh, I did draw a Crustle. I was like, did I price 2 Crustle? No, I only priced 1. I only priced 1 Crustle. Okay. Double the Dunsparce off the Iono. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, my friend. Okay, so Secret Box can get me 1 guaranteed Mist Energy. But we know that they probably play at least 1 Enhanced Hammer. So I don't know if going for the Colress here would be better than just going for a... For the Lily. For a Lily, just give me more cards, thin my deck more. I have a chance of finding a Mist, and then maybe the follow-up Colress can be good. Like, if I grab one immediately, and it just gets Enhanced Hammered away, that's not too great. Seems like we're gonna have, like, another turn, hopefully. Okay, my opponent goes boss onto the Dwebble. Never mind. That's so bad. Why not draw first instead of the boss? That doesn't make sense either. A lot of sequencing mistakes that I cannot punish from opponents. Alright, I'm just going to keep this Crustle on the bench. I'm sad that I lost my Dwebble and I priced the other one. The battle cage. Yeah, another fear of mine is that I could just get I honestly could just get benched out this game. Alright, so there's a Monkey Dory. Alright, that's a good card to get. And we're gonna lose a Poke Gear. I'm okay with that. A-okay with that. Let's grab the Lily for item card. Let's grab the Stretcher, I guess. I mean, the other things don't really thin. And sure, let's just grab the Practice Studio. Just want to thin as much as possible. Grab the Dwebble, Dwebbly Dweb. And we go Lily for 8 new cards. Hopefully getting closer to a Mist Energy. No. Not this time around. And no Colress either. So that's pretty bad. Psyduck. I mean, they're not gonna have 4 Ghost effects. So it's fine filling up my bench. Like, they shouldn't be able to play around the Ghosts. I don't think. So I'm just gonna attach to a Crustle, retreating to the Psyduck. And pass. So 25 cards, 3 Mist in there. I could go Iono. I think I'll go Pokegear. If I find the Colress, then I'm gonna grab 1 Mist, and then... Although maybe Iono is better, because then I have chance at the 3 Mist and the Colress after the Iono. That actually seems better overall. I also need my opponent to not go boss KO my Crustle. Yeah, because like even if I get like double mist on Monkey Dory, then they can just fan Rotom attack, right? Or even Kadabra or whatnot. I mean, well, maybe not Kadabra, but fan Rotom could be problematic. So then I would need like triple Monkey Dory with double mist on 1 Monkey Dory. Like, there's options. There's definitely options. Now, I guess I can't... How many boss... Okay, I have no idea. I'm gonna check play limitless. How many bosses orders is Alakazam playing these days? Like, how much costing are you playing? Can't believe I'm searching this. That could be bad. So 2 bosses orders in Stuttgart was the average. Countercatcher shouldn't factor. So now how about the last few good performing Alakazam decks? How many bosses? They're playing 3 boss, 3 boss, 3 boss. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. They're down only 1. They still have 2 available, and they're at 4 prize cards. Okay, energy switch. I generally think it's Iono here. That gets me closer to the Mists and gets me closer to the Colress. Where are the stupid Mist energy? Dang it. Gosh. So there's 3 Mist in the next 18 cards, but now I'm gonna have to shuffle with the Colress, and then finding the next Mist is gonna be almost impossible. So bad. This is really, really bad. My chances of winning this, despite having 3 Mist in the deck, are now so much smaller. So much smaller. Memin. Memin Villicaña. No eres tú el que todo el tiempo anda hablando mal de mí. ¿Cuál es tu top 4 mejores decks o los que tú dirías que son los mejores para este formato? Claramente son, para mí son Gardevoir, Dragapult, Charizard y Goldengo. Todos los demás están cerca o quieren ser esos decks, pero están lejos de lograrlo. Ok. 2 bosses orders, no miss top deck. And I lost my... I priced a Crustle, I'm down 2 Crustles. I mean, Lanacade is nice. I'm basically just buying time here. I don't know that I can win this anymore. I think I need to start giving up on... Or I need them to go crazy with their last... Well, no, if they have their last boss, it's over too. Well, it's not over, but then I need the triple monkey double mist. Triple monkey double mist. Strat. Dang. 3 mist in 22 cards. We haven't seen Enhance Hammer, right? Well, I mean, why would we? Why would we? Ya, es que sé que el Villicaña me soñó, pero disculpa. Y justo no sé exactamente. Pero bueno, esos son los 4 decks que considero como los mejores del formato. Y o los decks a vencer, ¿no? Claramente tienen buenos matches o malos matches contra otros decks más abajo de ellos, pero en general, esos diría yo que son claramente los 4 decks a vencer del formato. Okay. Here goes nothing. Do they have Enhance Hammer? And do they have it immediately? Or do they just have 2 bosses orders and it doesn't matter? If they have Enhance Hammer, okay, there's a boss. That's the 3rd boss, so maybe they just have 4 boss. I still need to top deck the mist though. If they have, yeah, if they have Enhance Hammer, I need to top deck the mist. If that's their last boss and they have Enhance Hammer, I need to top deck the mist. No way around it. No way around it. Alright, top deck. Boss. They're down 2 energy. I don't think boss stalling is good enough. I think I need to just commit. Commit to finding Pokegear. I mean, there's nothing that find... Don't I play 2 Lily and 2 Iono? I priced... Okay, so I priced Lily, Colress. Anyways. This is really bad. I mean... Gear Escape doesn't matter at this point. And sure, we retreat. Ugh, this is so bad. They obviously have 1 Enhance Hammer. I don't know if they have 2. Probably they don't have 2. But as long as they have 1 and they can find it, it's game over. Run away for 3. No. Run away for 3. Still no? Oh gosh, please let me top deck it. Please, please. 2 out of 17, so odds are not in my favor. Hilda. Psychic and the Dunsparce. They could retreat and go into the Fandrodom this turn. That wouldn't be horrible. Yeah, it seems like that's what they're gonna do. I mean, is that an indication that they don't have Enhance Hammer? Probably not. I don't think that's a tail. Yeah, I mean, I get to be aggressive, I guess. You're down 3 bosses orders. Someone missed 1 time. Oh. I mean, the bench space doesn't matter, right? I don't think healing matters. I'm just gonna take the KO. Oh yeah, I should take the KO. No, Alexam cannot kill Crustle, KO Crustle, Magmaster, because of Mist Energy. Mist Energy prevents all effects of attacks, and Alexam places damage counters, which is an effect of an attack. So, okay, I should poke a gear. I should poke a gear last turn. Because, so I'm preventing it. That's why I need the second one. So I have a 1 in 6 chance to find the other Colress that's priced. 1 in 6 chance to find the Colress before they can find their Enhance Hammer. Which, if they go double the Dunsparce again, they're gonna have 5 cards left. Colress! Yes! Okay, oh no, please, don't be such a tease. Don't be such a tease, PTCG Live. Don't be such a tease that this is the turn they found the Enhance Hammer, the turn that I finally found the Colress. Please, please no. Please no. And they're thinning more. Oh my gosh, please, please, 1 time. 1 time, please, pretty please. Let it be bottom 4. No, they promoted the Alexam, they got it. Oh, they play 4 boss. My goodness. Of course they do. We played against 4 boss Alakazam. We played against Iono Goldingo. Ay, ay. Like, this is a game where under normal circumstances, I win. But everything just... No, this is not what happens when you play Crustle style. This is not Crustle style. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to attack and power up, but my draws on my prizes are so bad that I'm just not able to do so. My goodness. My goodness. All right. Last game of the stream. It is not though. Crustle is not a stall card. I disagree. 8 attacks. I have Crispin to power it up. I am trying to win. I can't convince you otherwise. Fair. All right. Well, we're up against Ceruledge. Ceruledge, can we... Oh, and they have Megalopony. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what? What the heck am I up against? Ceruledge with Megalopony? That's a Crustle counter? Oh my god. I'm actually up against that? Seriously? With a dead hand, of course, to go along with it, so... Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wait, why would you not? Okay. That's a lot of cards drawn on turn 1. 25 cards left in the deck. 22 now. That is crazy. 20 now. What? Calm down, friend. They're not hesitating either. They're just going bam, 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 bam. And do they not know what Crustle does? Or did they prize their thing? Or are they just gonna get the targeted and establish the bunny? Oh, okay, okay. I was like, what the heck is happening here? No creo que se pueda definir un mejor deck. I mean, sí creo que Gardevoir es el deck que más atención atrae, ¿no? Claramente. Pero no creo que sea el mejor deck porque tiene debilidades pues claras, ¿no? Entonces no lo definiría así como tal. Okay, they very confidently went into the Buneary knowing it's safe, right? They can run around next turn if they don't have the stretcher. 17 cards left is ridiculous. Lunar Cycle, Stretcher Energy does not seem outrageous at all for them this turn. Ultra Ball, do they play 2? Megalopony? Wow. What the... Bro. Wow. How am I supposed to win when people are playing this on the ladder? Like, seriously. How am I ever supposed to win when they play a 2-2 Megalopony in their Sterilege EX deck? What? I can't. I can't beat the ladder. That's a conclusion of the day. I cannot beat the ladder. Ladder 1, Pablo 0 for sure. I look like Master Dan. Like, I know you might have something against Crustle. I'm just playing multiple decks for content. All right, so it's like being biased towards a deck like that. It's like I'm not playing Crustle to every tournament. I'm playing Crustle for my live stream for content. Yeah, so it's not that big a deal. It's not that deep. Why Lopunny and no Baby Ceruledge? Baby Ceruledge is not good. But like, you have to change your whole deck to accommodate for the 4 energy discard, right? So you have to play a lot more fires or a superior, which goes against Ceruledge EX. So Baby Ceruledge, I don't think is a good inclusion. And again, I can see a 1-1 Lopunny being decent. At 2-2 is way too much. Like, that guy has probably played against 3 Crustles today, and he decided to change his deck because there's no other sane reason to play a 2-2 line in Megalopony in Ceruledge. A 2-2 line of Megalopony in Ceruledge. There's just no justification whatsoever. But yeah, I am defeated for the day. I think I won like 4 games total today. All good. Expect the unexpected, I guess. Iono in Goldingo, quad boss in Alakazam, whilst horrible pricing and never finding a missed energy in time. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Thanks so much to everyone who tuned in. I'm gonna go ahead and raid Azul. You guys can watch someone who is who's also very good at the game. And thanks so much to anyone who tuned in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the follows. We got to 7,000. Nanko93, Bijinx, Tulipan. Thanks so much for the follows. We are at 7,000 followers on Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next one.